Speaking of apologies, next question.
I'm sorry for taking so long with that. And, but you were really egging me on. I'm just saying. Next question. Jocko, the military taught me to never apologize. Speaking of which, because it's a sign of weakness. Had a conversation with a coworker who says that extreme ownership is the same as apologizing. Dang.
So, first of all, no. Apologizing is actually not a sign of weakness. And whoever was putting that out, whoever taught that, was actually too insecure about themselves and their leadership capability to admit when they were wrong or made a mistake. And really insecure about a lot of other things, most likely. People, it's actually the opposite. People that can't admit their mistakes are weak. Mm-hmm. And people that can't apologize when they screw up are weak. They're scared. They're scared to take ownership, and they're protective of their ego. Now, that being said, extreme ownership is not the same as apologizing, but they're definitely similar. Extreme ownership means you're admitting that there's some kind of a problem and you're taking ownership of that problem. If it's something that you did wrong, then you're taking ownership of that mistake. The key part, as you already said, is not that you're just owning the problem. You're actually solving the problem. And yeah, if you screw something up or you make a mistake, then apologize for it. Apologize for your shortfalls, and then you can move forward. Sarah Armstrong, she's said a couple times on Twitter when I've said, say you're sorry. She said, ask for forgiveness too. I haven't tried that one out, but she seems to think that is another. And when she says things, I listen to her. She's a smart woman. I think
we talked about that. I think it might have been Sarah Armstrong. Oh wait, she said that a long time ago, right?
Long time
ago.
Yeah,
you see, we talked about this before, and here's my take on that one. I'll say it again. I'm not 100% on that one.
Well,
ask for forgiveness. This is why. Yeah, I will. Because it's this. If someone, I dig it as far as doing it. It does feel like a humble kind of approach, but it can be taken like this. So I would take it, and I don't think I'd be wrong most of the time. Where when it's okay, I'm sorry. I messed up. It's all me, or whatever, right? So it's almost like you throw the ball in their court to be the bad guy. It's kind of it's almost like a guaranteed way to get forgiven. That's what it is. And it's kind of I know that. So it's this is me strong-arming forgiveness from you. It's like shaming you into forgiveness.
Oh, so you're saying if I say, hey, Echo, I'm really sorry about this. Do you forgive me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got to say yes. If I say no, I'm the bad guy.
Imposing on you. Okay.
Strong-arming them.
That's interesting. We'll have to get some feedback. I'm sure Sarah will give you some feedback on that.
Yeah, it's subtle, but and I'm saying really it's more prevalent.
I don't think I've ever asked for a person's forgiveness. I've said sorry and apologized for all kinds of stupid things that I've done, but I don't think I've ever asked for forgiveness. Yeah. Maybe if this was something really big.
Yeah.
But even then, man. Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm sure she has a little great reason behind it. We'll have to get further explanations.
Yeah.
From Sarah
I
Armstrong.
thought of that because I considered saying that in some minor situation, whatever. And then I'm wait.
In minor situations, it's too much.
Yeah.
Hey, Echo, I showed up late, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. Will you forgive me? No.
Yeah.
That's a little too much.
It's like saying, hey, I know I made you mad or something like that. I know I made you mad and I'm sorry, whatever. Are you still mad? It's kind of like that. Because if you say, yeah, I'm still mad, it's kind of all right, hey, I said my piece. You chose not to be mad, or you chose to continue to be mad. Mm-hmm. That's your problem kind of thing. It's do you please forgive me? Please forgive me. What kind of a dick doesn't forgive someone, It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And they're bringing that, so it's a little stronger.
Like I said, we'll get feedback. It's an interesting, we'll get feedback from Sarah, I'm sure. It's interesting to think that there's people out there, and they're out there, they're hey, don't apologize. It's a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
It's just being dumb.
Yeah, I
don't
agree
be dumb.
with you with that.
Yeah, here's the advice for today. Don't be dumb.
Yeah, it kind of goes, the apologizing and taking extreme ownership, how you say not similar, I think there's a big overlap there.
Oh, there's
a huge overlap.
I didn't say they were not similar.
Oh no, not the same thing. Sorry.
Yeah, they're not the same thing. Yeah, there's a huge amount of overlap. Yeah.
Yeah, it's back to the thing when you're if you don't apologize, that's weak or whatever. That's kind of like the guy who says hey, this is how I am, take it or leave it kind of thing.
Yeah.
If they're
I know you don't like those people.
Yeah, I mean, if they're a dick, or something like that, and they're like, take it or leave it. Some people love me, some people hate me. It's kind of thing. And bro, that doesn't bother you that people hate you because of how you are, kind of thing.
That's
it's
an indicator.
Like, yeah, So it's kind of weird. I mean, yeah, I dig it. Be you for sure. But I think that's something. It's not nothing if people hate you.
Let's do one more question.